Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Redmissed in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great. And we, my friends, are playing some more Clash Royale. Now, I want to go ahead and kind of confess. I done really, really bad in the Wizard Challenge. I actually went, I believe, 1 to 3. So 1 win, 3 losses. Um, really bad, but I was trying out some new decks. Because I was kind of facing a lot of elite barbarians, and I tried playing the elite barbarians, and to be honest, they're not for me. So I've kind of changed up, and I've gone back to, I guess, a bit of an old school trifecta deck. So the Hog, the Valkyrie, the Musketeer, and I've been playing a little bit of quick play or the normal battles. And as you can see here, like because it's a new deck and not really what I'm used to playing, I have had some wins and I have had some losses, and a couple of draws in there as well. Um, but as I say, it's because of fighting people that do have higher level cards. My Valkyrie, I believe, is only a level 7. My Musketeer is a level 7. And I'm playing people that are sort of running level 8s, level 9s for their rares, and like sort of level 10s, level 11s for their commons. Um, but as you can see here, I'm going to show you a couple of the wins that I've had, just because they're, excuse me, just because they're sort of good versus random decks. So obviously, first off, we're fighting against uh, a Royal Giant with an Inferno Tower. Sorry, an Furnace. So quite nice and easy. Shutting down the Royal Giant with the Inferno Tower, really easy. And we're gonna help now push in because that Inferno Tower was almost dead. We're gonna push in, but look at that Hog Rider. He doesn't know whether to go left or right, and he just charges straight through the barbarians. And yeah, so he's given us some I would term as BM because he keeps giving angry faces and stuff. Um, and he's got no real reason to be giving those faces. So, in my opinion, he's giving us BM because he thinks he's got it in the bag, um, thinking that the angry face is for me because I couldn't get through his barbarians. But watch this, guys. He plays to be honest, quite some bad plays right here. Not only do I get the furnace, I get the fire spirits that pop out of it. I then go and get the archers and tower damage all from one fireball. That's insane. The archers and the tower damage makes the fireball more than valuable. But the fact that we could add the furnace into that equation makes it even better. So pushing in with the Valkyrie Hog, he's forced to play his furnace and his barbarians because he doesn't want to lose his Inferno Tower. The fireball is going to take out all of that stuff and clear the way for my furnace to actually come in. A zap is going to take care of the fire spirit so that the furnace can get onto the Royal Giant in time so that it doesn't die. He wastes his lightning spell again, which completely opens up the zone because I know he's going to have to either defend with his barbarians or his furnace. Now, not knowing which one he was going to go for, I didn't play the predictive fireball. I've decided to set up a push in the back using my Ice Wizard and my Musketeer. Luckily, I did that because I could have used the fireball because he actually played his barbarians, but we didn't need to. And now he's forced to use that lightning again because he doesn't want that push coming back at us. He doesn't have the elixir because we were already ready to go. The zap spell with the archers is going to help take out the barbarians, take out that tower, and take the victory because the Valkyrie already done a good amount of damage to his barbarians. Really, really good stuff and things for that particular battle. There was a couple of wins before that, but they're not really too exciting. So I'm not going to show you it. Um, but I am going to go ahead and show you this draw. Just because I like to re-watch matches, not all the time, because sometimes you clearly see why you've lost. Um, but then other times you can't really see why you've lost. Now, if you look at this guy, he's actually playing a Royal Giant Sparky deck, and if I had the fireball in my hand or I had the hog rider in my hand, I would have been able to really punish him for playing that elixir collector right there. But because I don't, I actually get even better value, because not only do I get his tower, his elixir pump, and his barbs with that fireball, he has to use his own fireball to shut down my push behind of my archers and my musketeer. So now I know that he's got barbarians and an elixir pump. I'm thinking right now he's most probably not got any other building in his deck. At this moment in time, it's very rare that you'll see an elixir pump and a defense, because otherwise it kind of weakens the team a bit too much. It would either be the elixir pump or a defense. So, seeing that he's got Giant Sparky, I'm kind of thinking, well, you're most probably going to have an Inferno Tower as well, actually. So I play a little bit conservative, and I actually, if you look there, not only once, but on his next push as well, I play my zap too late, and it gets a fire off. So the zap was completely wasted, and I didn't need to do it. And if I did that, but watch this guy. Oh my god, I completely forgot about. Watch this. He plays his barbarians, but I positioned the hog rider that it was going to jump over the bridge and go for or jump over the water and go for his elixir pump, hoping that he was going to play something on the left, or yeah, on the left hand side to actually counter my hog, and I could go get some sneaky damage on the right hand side. As it happens, the hog rider took a bit too much damage, and he weren't able to get any damage on the right. So it's not a problem. We can go ahead and defend again. So Ice Wizard is going to go down. The Inferno Tower is going to go down. And watch this, guys. I actually have to play my Fireball to get rid of the minions right there. And again, as I put my Zap down, unfortunately Sparky had already fired to kill my Ice Wizard. I kind of think the tower is going to kill Sparky in time, so I didn't put another troop down to counter it, and it got a shot off on my tower. So really bad play right there. I have to absorb the Sparky shot, so I have to play my archers because I've got nothing else. Again, I have to let the Sparky hit my troop because I've got nothing else. Fireball to go down to do some good damage. We're going to have to play a troop, the Valkyrie, which we actually managed to kill the Sparky and clean up the barbarians to make them enough shots that they're not going to get. I think they might get one swing on the tower. No, they don't even get any damage. So playing very aggressive, we play the Hog Rider on the right hand side, and now we got the Musketeer in there. I zap the Sparky early because I made the mistake twice of letting it kill my troop, and we're able to get some good stuff and things done there. But because of those minions, we're going to receive a ton of tower damage because I had to play my Fireball. And again, we're going to go on the right hand side, and watch this, guys. We go in with our Hog and our Valkyrie. We're going to get a good amount of tower damage here. He's going to go and miss this Fireball. Watch this. He misses the tower, so he only gets Inferno Tower damage. And this is that's actually the mistake that gave me the big advantage in this deck, because as you can see, I would have been able to play my Valkyrie and my Hog Rider, and all he had to defend was his Sparky right there. So with the added help of the Zap as it went on the tower, I would have taken that tower on the right hand side with that very next push, and it's all because he misplayed the Fireball, which put me back into the advantage, because I had missed 2 Zap spells, which was constantly putting me behind. So now I'm going to show you against a guy that is actually running, I believe, Chief Pat's deck. If you know who Chief Pat is, then obviously you'll know what his deck is. So I'm pretty sure it's Chief Pat's, which is obviously the 3 Musketeers with the Elite Barbarians. The only difference is he actually has a Rage spell in this, whereas I believe Chief Pat's is a Fireball. So not too bad, or it might even be an Ice Spirit or Archers, something like, I can't even remember, but I know it's not a Rage, it's something else. So as you can see here, he's going to come in with his 3 Musketeers, And I'm going to counter with a bit of tower damage and killing the musketeers. Now, considering that if you think about it, the musketeers are 9 elixir. So fireballing the 2 musketeers, you're effectively fireballing 6 elixir. So that's a 2 elixir positive trade. So that's well worth sending in the fireball. With the rage spell over on the left hand side, he did do a good amount of tower damage. And that's the problem with this deck. You've got to defend 2 pushes at the same time. And he's already built his push from the back. So he's got the advantage on the elixir. So knowing what he's got, I'm playing very aggressive because I've seen the elite barbarians already and I've seen the 3 musketeers. So I know I can't let him build up a push, because if he gets the elite barbarians on one side and the 2 musketeers on the other side, I'm in trouble. So seeing that he's going to play those 3 musketeers again, I've predictively put the ice wizard on the left hand side because he split the archers on the right last time, and I bait him into playing more stuff down on the right hand side. So I use my Valkyrie to shut down the right, archers, musketeer and fireball to shut down the left hand side, and we're able to shut that down with like 3 shots from the musketeer because of the rage spell. But now we're able to go on the immediate offensive with our Hog Rider, our Ice Wizard and our Zap, and we're able to do just as much damage to his tower as he's done to one of ours. So that's given us a good advantage because he panicked and put down the Ice Golem. Now we got rid of his Ice Golem and his Musketeer. We can go ahead, fireball his 2 Musketeers on the other side, and I meant his Knight. Our Musketeer is going to do a ton of damage to his Musketeer. We're going to freeze or slow down the Barbarians, then we're going to split them up. Meanwhile, on the right hand side, we don't need to worry about that. Musketeer is going to finish off his Muskie. We're going to send in our Hog Rider, which is going to have to play the cannon. He panics and plays it in front of his tower, which is the worst thing he could have done, because now it means that the Hog Rider gets a ton of damage. The Zap spell got tower damage as well as damage on his troop, and now he's going to have to defend another push coming in towards his tower. And I'm going to change it up. That tower's so close to being dead, I'm going to fireball the 1 Musketeer, because I've got the defense to be able to defend against his push on the right hand side. Like, watch this, guys. We can shut down his right hand side push easy. And because I done that, he thought that he could get even better value by putting the elite barbarians in front of the 2 musketeers. That's what he was waiting the whole time. But I had my Valkyrie, my musketeer, and my ice wizard to shut it down, so I wasn't panicked. And that is a really good game and a really good way of shutting down the 3 musketeer barbarian deck if you're coming across it quite a bit. I'm seeing it quite a lot in the ladder, so if you are seeing it, then try this deck out, guys. If you haven't got the Ice Wizard, that's not a problem. Change the Ice Wizard to the Musketeer, to the Knight, because he does the same job. Also, if you didn't know, the Bomber as well, I find the Bomber is a great counter for the Elite Barbarians, because if you look at the Bomber's damage, he will attack every 1.9 seconds, and he'll do the area damage of basically 300 damage. Now, you might say, well, that's a really slow attack speed. He's attacking every 2 seconds, whereas the Elite Barbarians, they're running down your line at super fast speed and they have 1000 HP. But by the time they get to your tower, the Bomber would have hit them twice, so they would be at half HP. If you've got another troop to put in front, like the Valkyrie who can hit both of them, or the Knight who can absorb a lot of damage, the Bomber and that troop will shut them down. So considering that the Elite Barbarians are 6 elixir, if you play both the Bomber and the Knight, that's 6 elixir for 6 elixir, and you're guaranteed to have like a half HP Knight and a full HP Bomber going towards their tower. If they don't counter that, that's going to be enough to get 500 damage off of a tower. because the bomber will guaranteed get 2 shots off on a tower before the tower would kill it. If they don't counter it, the bomber will guaranteed get 3 shots off on the tower because the knight will absorb the shots. And if you're lucky, the knight might even get a shot on the tower as well. So they'll have no other option but to counter that push, which will give you an even better elixir value because your bomber will probably damage that troop as well, unless they play an air troop, which is perfectly fine because then they've just wasted elixir and you've got the advantage on elixir. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, as always, please hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace on the streets.